Good morning, students. Today I am going to teach biology for standard 9. Here it is written class 9 biology, and the chapter is same as the previous video, the flower, part 2. In this video I will tell you more about the variations of the essential folds of the flower. The previous video, the variations of ovary mostly you have seen, like monocarpellary, bicarpellary, polycarpellary, etc. Today I am going to tell you some other modifications. The first of all is perianth. Perianth is actually, the definition is, in some cases of flowers or in some species actually, sepals and petals cannot be recognized separately. Sepals and petals cannot be recognized separately. Instead of that, a unified separate fold is formed. They are formed by fusion of the above two. That means sepals and petals not there. Fusion of those two making another fold. This is called perianth. And this forms a kind of a fold in the flower, and that is called perianth. And when there is a fold, the single member is there, that is called tipple. All the flowers do not have, some flowers do have. In some cases, the tipple is green in color, then they are called sepaloid perianth. If in some cases the perianth is colorful, then it is called petaloid perianth. So two types are available. The best example of perianth is lily. It is actually petaloid perianth. Looks like petals. So this is perianth, which is actually coming from a modification of the calyx and corolla. Instead of that, perianth. Next variation, we are going on to variation of androsia. Variation in androsia. There are three ways the variation form, three categories form. Number one, when the filaments are united but anthers are free. When the filaments are united but anthers are free. This condition is called adelphi or adelpha. The flower is called adelphus and the condition is called adelphi. Adelphi, there are three types. First type is number one, monadelphous stamens. Monadelphous means mono means one. Filaments united to form a single staminal tube. Example, China rose. Look at the diagram. The red colored central tube that you can see is the staminal tube where filaments are fused, but it is anthers are free over there. This is called monadelphous condition. Example, China rose. There is also another case which is called diadelphous condition, where filaments are united to form two bundles. Interestingly, this is the example is P, where the two bundles are forming 9 in one group, 9 in one group and 1 in separate. That means 9 and 1. That means two groups. So this condition is called diadelphous condition. Example, P. And there is also polydelphous condition where filaments united to form more than two bundles. Example, silk cotton. Scientific name of silk cotton is bombax. This is the way where number of filaments are forming groups. Look at that. These are the bundles of filaments. That is polydelphous condition in silk cotton. Next variation is second one, when anthers are united but filaments are free. This condition is known as syngenesis. Remember the term syngenesis. Example is disc floret of sunflower. The small floret at the center of sunflower, there is showing this kind. This is the kind where anthers are united at the top and filaments are free over here. It is the condition found in the very small central disc florets of sunflower. The term, remember, syngenesis. The third type of variation is when both anthers and filaments are fused all along their length. That means all together all are fused. All together all are fused. And this condition is known as synandrous condition. Synandrous. Example is pumpkin, gourd. And the condition is this. These are the anthers fused. These are the filaments fused. So the central condition. This is the condition called synandrous. The next variation is variation on the basis of attachment of the stamens with the other parts of the flower. Other parts of the flower. There are also 4 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4. First category is polyanthrous, that is nothing but free anthers where no attachment is there, all the stamens are free. That is mostly found in most of the cases like mustard, etc. Second case is very special, epipetalous condition, when the filaments are attached to the petals but anthers are free. Example is petunia. Example, petunia. Third types of variation is epiphylous. Epiphyllous. Epiphylous. Where stamens are attached to the perianth, not to other where the perianth is present. Example, tuberose. Commonly we call Rajnigandha this. Onion, where this epiphylous condition is found. And finally, the condition called gynandrous. Gynandrous. When stamens are attached to the pistil. Example is rare, but Calotropis is the example, scientific name. It is actually very common and a wild plant. We commonly call them milkweed. This is the variations of anthers and androecium. Yes, previous video I told you about the variation of gynoecium. Only one thing left out, and that I am telling here. Variation in the ovary chambers. Ovary chambers, when compartments actually, they are called locules. Look at the term. Remember, the chamber of the ovary are called locules. If the flower is having only one chamber, it is called unilocular ovary or unilocular flower. One chamber. Example P. If the chamber is two chamber, then it is called bilocular ovary or bilocular flower, where 2 chambers are there. Example, petunia. If there are more than 2 chambers, then we call it multilocular. Many oak chambers are there. Example, China rose. In fact, 5 this number is written because in China rose there are 5 chambers in it. So sometimes we call it also pentalocular. But since it is more than 2, so it is multilocular ovary. So these are the variations of the flowers and its essential parts. Other than this, there are 2 more terminologies we have to study in this chapter. That is placenta and placentation. Placenta is what? Placenta is actually a tissue onto which the ovules are attached at the inner wall of the ovary. And the arrangement of placenta, placentae in plural, is called placentation. Placentation, placenta. And the last one, that is called inflorescence. Inflorescence is actually arrangement of flowers on a small branch or floral branch is called inflorescence. There are different types of plants and different types of arrangement found in the plants.
and much variation is there in the inflorescence. Details of them we will not go. Only I will tell you two basic type of inflorescence, though it is not included in syllabus, but still. One is the basic type is racemose inflorescence, where the example is mustard. Racemose inflorescence how? Racemose inflorescence is that when the young flowers are at the top and old flowers at the base, and the length of the main axis of the flowers do not stop, continuously grow and grow. This is called racemose. And cymose inflorescence is the other type. What it is? Where old flowers at the top and new flowers at the base. That means the main axis of the flower does not grow long, but it grows sideways, and young flowers at the base. This is called cymose inflorescence. Here example is jasmine. So these are the variations and all other facts, including the previous video. This concludes the chapter of the flower. Thank you very much. We'll meet again in the next video.